Happening now, a Chautauqua County nursing home resident has tested positive for COVID-19. What we know next. Plus, how one group in Western New York is reimagining summer camp.
Well, the forecast is basically a rinse and repeat as it has been yesterday and the past couple of days. A few clouds, scattered afternoon showers and storms, but more humidity is on the way. I've got the full forecast next. The news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. We made it to Friday. I'm Justin Gould. A resident at Heritage Park is in isolation after receiving a presumptive positive COVID-19 test earlier this week. WNY News Now spoke with Jeremy Rudder, who is the Chief Clinical Officer for Heritage Ministries, the group who operates the nursing home. He tells us that the results came after the State Department of Health tested residents. Rudder says that Heritage Ministries is performing several steps to protect the community at large.
It is concerning. You know, COVID is a terrible disease, terrible pandemic. It's very contagious. And as such, we've taken pretty significant steps to ensure the safety of our residents, our employees, and the public.
Rudder says the resident is managing well with the situation. For more, visit our website, WNYNewsNow.com, and download our mobile app. Be sure to subscribe to breaking news notifications to stay in the know. A 59-year-old man has died following a crash in Cattaraugus County over the past weekend. The Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office says that shortly before 10:15 on Sunday morning, a 2020 Ford Explorer headed west on Interstate 86 in the town of Cold Spring lost control and went off the right side of the highway. Now, after going through a field, the Sheriff's Office says that vehicle struck multiple trees and a chain link fence before hitting a guardrail at the end of Lower Jones Hill Road. The vehicle then overturned multiple times before coming to a rest upside down. Authorities have not identified the driver, but they say he was pronounced dead at the scene. It appears that no one else was in the vehicle at the time of the crash or was injured. The Cold Spring Fire Department, Randolph Fire Department, and the Randolph Regional Fire EMS Service also responded to the scene there with sheriff's deputies. Well, Governor Andrew Cuomo says he's issuing an executive order that could remove liquor licenses and lead to the shutdown of any businesses not following the state's reopening guidelines. He says compliance by people and local government enforcement are the two major issues the state's dealing with right now in regard to reopening of businesses. The governor also vowed to issue an executive order that bars are responsible for the area immediately outside of their business.
We're going to take an added step where I'm going to increase the state's enforcement capacity by executive order, where violations of the rules and regulations could allow State Liquor Authority to do an immediate suspension of an alcohol license, which means a bar or a restaurant that are violating the rules could have an immediate suspension of their license.
The governor also announced the state will be issuing guidance to colleges and universities to allow some in-person instruction and on-campus housing for this fall semester. That following a call from local state Senator George Borrello yesterday. Campuses must develop a plan which helps them with meeting guidance and file those plans with the state of New York. Well, a record number of retail stores are expected to permanently close this year. Our Mandy Gaithner has more in today's Consumer Watch.
With an increase in online shopping, the coronavirus pandemic, and economic recession, as many as 25,000 retail stores across the U.S. are expected to permanently shut their doors this year, according to Coresight Research, a firm that tracks the industry. The report says so far in 2020, more than 4,000 stores have said they will permanently close, and there's an anticipation that closures will continue and set a new annual record this year as consumer confidence and demand is expected to stall in coming months, sparking additional closings. Apparel, retail, and department stores look set to have the most store closures. JCPenney, Tuesday Morning, and Pier 1 Imports have all filed for bankruptcy and announced intentions to close hundreds of stores. GNC and Victoria's Secret are closing hundreds more. More than half of the store closures are expected to come in malls. Indoor shopping malls have been struggling in recent years amid declining foot traffic and fierce competition online. Malls that lose an anchor store may have trouble keeping their remaining tenants. For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Thank you. The firm says retailers that were struggling to stay in business pre-crisis are unlikely to have the ability to stay the course on the road to recovery. Well, a $150,000 Clean Energy Communities grant will allow Chautauqua County to implement 3 clean energy projects this year. County officials say that the grant projects include purchasing 3 Chevrolet Bolt electric vehicles to replace existing gasoline vehicles, the installation of 2 electric vehicle charging stations for use by the public facilities staff, and converting to LED lighting at the Jamestown Airport's Oak Hill Road Tunnel, as well as the conversion of parking lot lighting at the DPF's Falconer shop to LEDs. Now, county officials say because electric vehicles and LED lights are substantially more energy efficient than vehicles and lights they respectively are replacing, the project is expected to save the county nearly $40,000 per year in energy costs. Now, County Legislator Mark Odell said among local municipalities and the county, more than $600,000 have been awarded for energy products. Well, we thank you for joining us here for WNY News Now as we close out another week. Gotta say hello to Justin on Facebook. Great to see you. Good to see Jason. Good to see Cindy. Good to see Scott. David joining us. Becky, Joseph, Rita, and Lori. Good afternoon to all of you. Hopefully you are having a great day and enjoying the beautiful weather that we've been having over the last couple of days. Let's bring in Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter now with a first look at that. Happy Friday, Dakota.
Happy Friday, Justin, and happy Friday to you. We made it to the end of another week, and can you believe June is literally halfway over already? Man, it's flying by here. Here's a live look coming from, of course, Presque Isle Beach. This is going to be the place to be today, basically out by the waterfront because, again, it's going to be warmer today, much more muggier, but we do have a southwest wind today, so that is going to keep the immediate Lake Erie waterfront cooler, so the lakeshore is going to be the place to be if you want to cool off from the heat and humidity. So far, First Defense Doppler radar shows you nothing across the area, but today is going to be like a repeat of yesterday, where we're going to have these scattered afternoon showers and storms popping up at random through the afternoon. So keep your eyes on the radar this afternoon because it's not going to be a total washout though. 74 right now as of noon hour here in town, 75 Mayville, 78 in Fredonia, 76 Clymer. But notice the dew point temperatures, they're starting to climb here right now. We're still into the upper 50s across most areas, but we're already seeing some lower 60s up there in Brant at 63 is the current dew point. And again, the closer the air temperature and the dew point get, the more humid it is, and that's going to be rising today and especially through the weekend. 81 was the high yesterday, 59 was the low this morning, 91 and 38 are the record highs and lows set on this date that are in the record books at the airport. So basically today, a rinse and repeat, rewind the videotape, do it all over again. Partly sunny on average, but scattered afternoon showers and storms will be developing throughout the afternoon and especially early this evening. Warm and muggy, 77 at the immediate Lake Erie water, spiking to 84 well inland with a southwest wind averaging 5 to 10 miles per hour. We've got a few more days of this left, but then we start to cool off a little bit going into next week. We'll talk about it in a few. Justin?
All right, Dakota, thank you. I don't know, I must not have gotten the memo. No jacket Friday?
Well, you see, here's what's happening here. So, if you're a longtime viewer, you know that, my jacket is sort of like a weather index. When my jacket is off, that means severe weather. But don't worry, we're fine. The air conditioning is broken in our building, so it's like really hot in here. So yeah. I've gone with the short sleeves, and I've even got shorts on today.
Well,
So-
you look good.
Well,
I
thank
should
you
take
very
it
much.
off,
I'm in trouble
actually.
with our consultants because, this is like a no big attire. So if I'm not here Monday, you'll know why.
Well, hey, thanks, Dakota. Coming up next, we hear more from the Girl Scouts of Western New York about how they'll be reimagining summer camp due to the COVID-19 pandemic. That just 60 seconds away. And later on, how new improvements to one of the area's largest phone service providers will be speeding up internet access to those on the go. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. The Girl Scouts of Western New York this week launched a reimagined summer camp program to allow girls from across our area experience camp while staying safe at home during the COVID-19 pandemic. Joining us on the broadcast to talk more about what that experience will look like is Janet D. Pelletrello, with the Director of Camp Administration with the Girl Scouts of Western New York. Janet, great to have you here. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
First off, for a little bit of background, why did the Girl Scouts have to call off their traditional in-person summer camp this year because of COVID-19?
Yeah, it's a great question, and one, let me tell you, that did not come lightly. It was a very difficult, emotional, and heartbreaking decision. But ultimately, we, as an organization, had to do what was in the best interest of our girls, our staff, and our community, and that was for their safety. And so with that in mind, in good conscience, we knew that we could not offer our traditional camp programming as we know it this summer, and decided to cancel our in-person programming.
And it seems like a lot went into this new online programming campaign that kicked off this week. Can you tell us a little bit more about how your group put this together?
Yeah, certainly. So we knew that although we could not be together in person this year, we wanted to be together somehow. And as we know, virtual is really the platform that everybody is looking at. But we also wanted to be mindful too that it's important that we still not only connect with the girls, but also remind them to get outdoors and be able to connect with them that way as well. So that's how this all came about, is looking at alternative camp programming that we would be able to connect with our girls virtually for a little bit, but also be able to provide them with opportunities where they can get out with them, either themselves independently or with their families outdoors and being engaged in outdoor activities.
So what specifically will the girls see if they take part in this program?
So there's a couple different options that they have. The first big one is our alternative camp programming, our activity kits. So basically what that is they're purchasing subscriptions, weekly subscriptions that are based on a theme. Each week we have different themes, from water, arts, adventure, friendship, exploring. And each kit is broken down by age level. So we've got Daisy Brownie, which is kindergarten to 3rd grade, a junior level, which is grades 4 to 5, our cadet senior level, which is grades 6 to 10. And we also are focusing on leadership, which is our CIT and program aid program. And in those kits, we're going to have activities based on outdoor badge requirements. So parents will purchase these kits. They're $60 per girl per week. And they'll have different activities that they can do with the staff. We're doing it 3 days a week. We'll provide all the supplies that they need, with the exception of like crayons and markers and things like that. But the good bulk of the equipment will be provided. And then we're also going to be providing things that the girls can do on their own, either independently or with families as well. If families aren't interested in purchasing the kits, then we also have activities they can do outside of that. Every Thursday night, we'll be doing a virtual campfire. We're inviting everybody to come and share stories, sing songs, and connect with one another. We also have a camp patch program where girls from all age levels can do certain activities that earn points. And then when they earn those certain points, then they can earn their camp activities patch. So there's a lot of different things that are going to be available for families and girls to take advantage of.
Now, Janet, I've been lucky enough to be able to see firsthand the work that the Girl Scouts do here in Western New York. And one of the biggest things that we see from these traditional camps where girls would spend a week or some time there is meeting new people and engaging with possibly new friends. And the social experience has been really huge. We see that with schools and things like that as well.
Right.
How does the program try to stimulate some of that new connections, or is that something that we're going to have to wait and see until we can get back to camp itself?
No, I think it's our hope that the alternative camp programming is going to do that same concept. We're opening this up to all of our members as well as non-scouts. So they don't currently have to be registered to participate. And it's an opportunity for them, girls to join Girl Scouts, meet new girls, get acquainted, and then hopefully join a troop in the fall. We're also going to have opportunities for bunk chats. So girls that want to connect with their friends and haven't seen each other from the summer are going to have opportunities to do that. So between the campfires, our bunk chats, and our virtual activity sessions, girls will have a good opportunity to connect with one another.
Well, that sounds great. So how can they get signed up? Should they go to the Girl Scouts website?
Yes, absolutely. So they'll go to www.gswny.org and check out our summer camp link. Well, they'll find all the information on our alternative camp program and the registration link right there on the page.
And finally, before we let you go, I thank you for joining us today. What do you want the community to know about the Girl Scouts of Western New York? I know traditionally, especially in the spring, we see girls out at big venues selling cookies and maybe coming door to door here in Jamestown. But I imagine there's a lot more to it than just that. Can you explain to us a little bit about the bonds and the experience that Girl Scouts is trying to achieve?
Right. Girl Scouts is a community, and my apologies. And oh goodness, so I'm so sorry. Girl Scouts is a community, and I think where people come together and connect and share and bond and provide a sisterhood for a lot of girls and women alike. And like anybody through this pandemic, we're here for each other, and we are finding ways that we can still share and connect with our girls and our volunteers, and know that, as we are all in this together. And we are here to support our community and our girls and our volunteers in any format and way that they need.
Yeah, certainly. And when you see their smiling faces, and I think too the stories that they take away from their experience is remarkable to see. And it's great to see that your group has adapted throughout COVID-19 and staying stronger together, even though we may physically be apart.
Very much so. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Well, Janet D. Petrello with the Girl Scouts of Western New York joining us on the show today. Janet, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you being here. Great conversation to have.
Thank you so much for having us. I appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Absolutely. You too. Now let's get a check of our First Defense weather with Dakota.
Well, last night was another near cotton candy sunset. Did you see this? This was from the Hunter Compound Palatial Estate here in town. Like orange cotton candy. It's not personally my favorite, it's not personally my favorite kind of cotton candy, but this was Justin's favorite cotton candy, bubble gum, and that's kind of what it looked like out there in Randolph. So again, it was another great night to see the sunset, and again, I don't think we're going to see this again, especially tonight, but there is a chance we could at least see the sunset, especially if the storms kind of clear out before sunset time tonight. So if you're heading out to the beach again to stay cool, this is going to be the place to be. Right near the Lake Erie shoreline, you're going to stay in the upper 70s with a southwest wind coming off the lake. But again, beach closures and whatnot do vary per each region, so please check with your local authorities on that before you head out to the beach on swimming and whatnot. 63 is the current water temperature on Lake Erie as of right now. So here's what's coming up here. So basically through the next couple of days, it's whack-a-mole kind of storms. Anybody who's ever played whack-a-mole knows it's a very frustrating game, and that's exactly the kind of weather we've got over the next couple of days. Just these pop-up scattered afternoon showers and storms. They pop up at random and they fall apart. Some of them could contain some heavy rainfall, which is good news, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. More heat, more humidity, same story as it has been. Essentially, this weekend is going to be hit and miss. It's not going to be a total washout, but you'll be dodging some showers at times, and we back it down slightly going into next week. That's the good news because we all need a little bit of a break from the heat and humidity. News Now cam again shows you just a few clouds, 74 right now with a variable wind at 5, and again, you can see the clouds starting to build in a little bit, so there's going to be more clouds in the sky, of course, than there were yesterday. But there's an area of low pressure still down to our south. The Rexing high block has started to move out. But as long as we still have this area of low pressure down to our south, we're going to see the chance for scattered afternoon showers and storms almost each and every day through the next couple of days. Future Scan paints you that picture here. You can see the chance for these showers and storms popping up here. Now again, as we always tell you, the radar is not going to look like this, so don't take this to the bank, but it gives you a good idea as to where there could be a few showers and storms. Those will ultimately go to bed tonight. Overnight tonight should be partly cloudy. Then tomorrow we do it all over again. It's another repeat, so we start the morning dry, and then in the afternoon, scattered showers and storms pop up, and it'll be feeling like summer. Summer, by the way, comes up at 5:50 at like 5:45, I think it is the official summer solstice tomorrow afternoon, and it's going to be feeling like summer. Now, the rain, as I told you, we do need the rainfall. 3.44 inches is how much rain we've gauged at the Jamestown airport since May. Now, nobody lives at the airport, but this is where we measure this stuff, and we should be at 6.33 inches, so our deficit is almost 3 inches of rain so far, and we definitely do need the rain here. So, zone forecast, inland areas today, it's basically going to be another rinse and repeat day like it was yesterday. It's going to be warm, muggy with essentially scattered showers popping up at times, lower to mid 80s. Next 7 days of your life coming up right now, and 84 degrees on Saturday, 85 on Sunday. Again, not a bad day there for Father's Day. Monday, 84, and again, look what we wrote, scattered afternoon showers and storms almost each and every day through Monday. We have a better chance for showers and storms on Tuesday, a little bit more numerous. Then we back it down again by going into Wednesday and Thursday when temperatures return to the mid 70s to lower 80s. Justin?
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. Well, if you're watching us right now on a mobile device like this, I got some good news about your wireless network coverage. That right after this.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. If you're watching us, or a lot of your other entertainment is streaming over your wireless network connection, well, here's some good news. AT&T's 5G network is now live for consumers here in Chautauqua County. The news was announced today that the network is one of 4 regions here in New York to now serve 5G, launching today, with others being in Elmira, Jefferson County, and Poughkeepsie. Now, if you remember, 5G is available in much larger metro areas like Buffalo and New York City, but isn't always available in rural communities. The company says a total of 137 of small markets launched 5G today across the United States, with more than 160 million people now covered. AT&T adds that it is now offering access to 5G on its unlimited wireless plans for consumers and businesses in a total of 300 plus markets here in the United States. Additionally, they say they offer access to their 5G network, enabling super fast speeds and responsive connections, part of the 5G expansion program, which is pretty darn cool. You'll have to know, though, your device will have to be compatible with 5G in order for it to work. Well, we thank you for joining us here for WNY News Now as we close out another week. Got to say hello to Josh. Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see Donna, Susie, Kayla, Amy, Storm on the broadcast. Great to see Ron. Howard says WNY News Now rocks. We appreciate that, Howard. Thanks for sticking with us. Good to see Wendy and Crystal as well. Josh asked, what does it mean to be presumptive in regards to the COVID-19 presumptive positive case that took place at Heritage Park? The news broke by WNY News Now today. Well, officials say that presumptive means there's 3 different scores for the COVID testing. If you get all 3, then you're pretty positive for COVID. But this resident only tested on one of those scores. Now, the official with Heritage explained that they're not a medical professional, so we're actually going to seek guidance today from Christine Schuyler. She's the county's health director. We're going to be asking her coming up today at 3 o'clock during the COVID-19 press conference update, which you can watch live right here on WNY News Now, to clarify that for us. Well, let's get one final check of our First Defense weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. And Dakota, fingers crossed, hopefully it'll be a good weekend because we've been having some beautiful weather the last couple days.
Yeah, and I mean, the weekend's not going to be all that bad. It's going to be hit and miss. Now, I wanted to show you the 7-day for one little minor blooper on my part. Our producers told me the summer thing should be over on Saturday. I forgot to move it over when I updated the graphics, so that's totally my fault. So take that summer and stick it there. But yeah, there's your 7-day forecast. Basically scattered afternoon showers and storms all the way through Tuesday. Now a better chance for rain will be on Tuesday. Then we back it down going into early next week. But neither day over the next couple of days is going to be a washout. But just keep your eyes on the radar. And of course, you know what we say, Jay, when thunder roars, go indoors.
Certainly great tips there, Dakota. Thank you very much. That's going to do it for us today. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We leave you with this live shot over downtown Jamestown. We're back here Monday live at noon. Hope to see you then.